Oh yeah, I haven't been sharing the link to the Discord lately, have I? Or no, the stream on the Discord. I don't care about sharing a link to the Discord. No, I did grab it last time. Okay. Hey, Corn. How have you been today? I've been playing Mouse PI for Hire. Well, I went outside for once after the Division stream. That was it was okay. Yeah, not much else after. Um, I played a little bit of what is it? Duckov. I need to get. I'm gonna see if I can stream that game again, and if it doesn't fuck around this time. I tried putting in the first person mod and twice the game locked up on me while I was getting killed for some reason. So much slop on Steam, jeez. They really need to make your block list more than just 10 terms, man. It's awful. I can't block them all. Anyways, a slow intro, it doesn't matter. We can get on with the show. I'm gonna pop up. I don't think I... Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, I didn't change it at all. But it takes a long time for OBS to wake up. We left off here? Was it here? Oh, look. So we both fall asleep, I think, or something. I don't know. Wind. We're back here again. Did I not save last time? Crazy. Oh. No, this is new dialogue. Crazy. I remember this place, or at least I feel like I do. Everything is so familiar, yet something is off. It's still too like a catalotype, but colorful. The sky overhead is a perfect blue, painted with a few soft clouds, but they aren't drifting. They just hang there, frozen in place like someone paused the world mid-breath. The sea is calm. The deck doesn't move beneath my feet. It's all wrong, or maybe too right. She's there, leaning on the railing like she's been waiting for me. Same cyan scales, same relaxed posture, but her smile has something to it today. She tilts her head. When I don't respond fast enough, her eyes narrowing in mock offense. Back already? Did you miss me that much? I look at her, blinking slowly. My mouth opens slightly, but no words come out right away. My brain is still catching up. Well, gonna say something or just stare? What is this place? She just grins wider. You really don't remember, huh? Thank you, Horu. Thank you. Thank you. Warning! The following scene contains not safe for work content. If you don't wish to see it, disable it on the options. What? You've been clearly dying to stare at my butt since the moment you got here. I open my mouth, then close it again. The sky is still frozen. The sea's too quiet, and I'm still not sure I'm supposed to laugh or run. What? Too tired to deny it, huh? She doesn't move much, still leaning against the railing like she's been there forever, eyes half-lidded, tail swaying lazily behind her, only her head turns slightly, glancing at me, then back to the frozen sea beyond. You're thinking it, yes. I look like her. I don't answer. It's too obvious to deny. But I'm not. Close, maybe. A reflection. A shade. Whatever sounds cooler to you. But I'm not Max, you know. I'm your tulpa. I'm here to ruin your life. The sky above us stays perfectly still. Not even a breeze brushes past. It's like the world is holding its breath. So, who are you then? She turns her head part way towards me, her grin spreading. Haven't really gone by anything before. I'm kind of new to this. She pauses, then lifts her chin a little, as if the answer just came to her. Yeah, call me M. 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 She repeats, rolling the letter off her tongue like a slow note in a song. Short, easy to remember, plus it sounds all mysterious and important. I watch her for a second. She doesn't seem to care whether I believe her or not. She just looks out at the sea, like this conversation's only mildly interesting to her. Don't overthink it. It's your thing, not mine. As I observe her, I continue to have half expectations that the world will change. The clouds will move, or something typical will occur. However, nothing happens. It remains motionless, perfectly eerie. And those lips are ridiculous. I know, right? She got them black people lips. And I realize, slowly, uncomfortably, that this is wrong. I shouldn't be dreaming of Max like this. Not this version of her. Not like this. My hand lifts instinctively, fingers moving to pinch my cheek, just to check, just to make sure this really is a dream. How could you pinch yourself like that? That's violence! Don't. I stop, hand hovering near my face. I glance at her. Don't leave just yet. I've only just gotten free. This is the second time now. I don't know how long I'll have. Free? She nods slightly, almost to herself. You always wake up before we get to talk. Not this time. I lower my hand slowly, tension settling in my chest. Her tone is different now, still calm, but there's something underneath it. Something more real than the teasing edge from earlier. Let me have this one, okay? I don't move, I don't speak, I just wait. The silence hangs for a bit. Then she smirks again, eyes narrowing with that same lazy mischief. You know, if this is really all in your head, you must have been very interested in Max to give my butt this much attention to detail. What? I mean, come on. The curve, the weight distribution, the way it catches the light. Don't look at me like that. I'm leaning against the railing and I can still feel how accurate it is. You're impossible. That's one word for it, but really, it's flattering. If you're going to dream of someone, might as well get the good parts right, yeah. I stare out at the sea, trying not to let my brain fry itself for thinking too hard. You're not Max. No, but you're clearly not mad about the resemblance. She stretches her back a little without getting up from the railing, casually showing off on purpose now. It's okay, you don't have to explain. Dreams have rules, but yours, kinda weird. Kinda messy, I like it. I'm confused. You know, dreams are supposed to have meanings, symbols, feelings trying to get through all the mess in your head. She shifts just a bit, her tail twitching slightly. But yours is absurdly specific. Static clouds, a sea that doesn't move, me stuck at this railing, and you? She angles her head towards me without turning the rest of her body. You can't even move me. You can't walk around. You only get this one view. One very detailed view. Her tail gives a slow, deliberate sway behind her. And that view just happens to be Max's back and her very lovingly crafted ass. She lets that hang in the air for a second, then chuckles. That's not a dream, that's a blueprint. Em lets the teasing settle into the still air, but I catch the shift in her eyes before she even speaks. Something in the way her smirk softens, like a mask being carefully lowered just enough. Then she exhales slowly. Well, time's up. What? I'll be waiting. You'll come back. Probably sooner than you think. Her head tilts just slightly, enough to meet my gaze again. That familiar gleam is there in her eyes. Playful, yes, but something deeper underneath it. Knowing, intentional. See you again soon, Dream Boy. Very soon. Thank you, Anon. Now I'm free to roam this earth. Oh, I just realized I have the view counter on. I apologize. I'm going to turn that off. I stir awake with a slow breath, the scent of flour and damp wood still hanging in the air. Okay, AI, you gonna add ozone in there too? Dude, if ozone ever makes it into the script here, I'm gonna freak. My body aches in that dull, groggy way that makes me wonder if I even rested at all. For a second, I stare blankly at the ceiling beams above the cargo hold, blinking like I'm trying to remember where I am or who I am. Then I turn my head. Max is still there, curled up lazily on top of the flour sacks, tail twitching slightly every now and then. Her mouth is half open, and I can hear the soft, quiet breath coming through her nose, completely out cold. Seriously? She said she'd wake me. I'm pretty sure she meant to. I hope it's only been 10 minutes. Maybe she just nodded off again. Still, I can't blame her. I was barely holding it together when I came down here. And if I look even a fraction as dead as I feel, I probably needed the sleep. Groaning quietly, I push myself up and stretch out the tightness of my back. In my back and shoulders, a couple of cracks later, and I'm already moving. Boots tapping softly on the floorboards as I step out of the cargo hold. Zip zoom? Nope. By the time I make it up to the wheelhouse, my limbs are dragging, but my head's buzzing with leftover dream fog. The door creaks open under my hand, and I step into the warm, familiar space, the sound of rain tapping on the windows. Neela's at the helm, one arm slung casually over the wheel, eyes flickering towards me as I enter. Well, that was fast. I figured you'd be gone for a while. I was planning to wait for my uncle to grind the coffee and actually brew it. I blink at her, slower than I mean to. How long was I even gone? Not even 10 minutes, I think. You basically just left. I don't respond right away, I just nod once and move closer to the wheel. But in the back of my mind, it's still echoing. That dream, that place, and that voice. It felt like hours, like a whole conversation lived out in some strange corner of my brain that doesn't quite feel like mine anymore. Less than 10 minutes. Right. Oh, no new zip zoom. Okay. A few hours crawl by like years. The waves have mellowed out a bit, but the ship still sways with that unpredictable ocean rhythm, sometimes gentle, sometimes like it's got a grudge. I've been glued to the compass, tracking every wobble in our heading like my life depends on it. My brain's running on pure grit. No caffeine, no real rest, just that stubborn voice in my head repeating, "Don't mess this up," over and over again. I can't think straight anymore. Every sound, every creak in the ship sounds like something I should be reacting to. And I do. I check everything, twice, just in case, even though I know it's fine. Rudder feels stiff. If I could stop being retarded for one moment. The captain just nods, already reaching for the wheel like he's expected that. Like the ocean's weird moods are an old friend of his. He doesn't say anything, just settles into place. Neela doesn't wait. She's out of the door with a yawn and a stretch, vanishing into the corridor beyond. I follow without a word, legs heavy, boots dragging. Freaking finally, I'm not responsible for anything. No compass, no heading, no wheel. Just the aching need to lay down before I forget how to walk in a straight line. Still more new stuff. Then again, I was told Max has the most stuff, so I shouldn't be surprised. Who starts a conversation like that? Anyways, I make it to the saloon like a ghost, one foot in front of the other, not even sure how it got here. The room's nearly empty, a few scattered folks cling to their seats, most of them looking as seasick or sleep-deprived as I probably do. The bench creak in sync with the swell of the ship, and I get the feeling everyone else is holed up in their cabins, riding out the rough sea like it's a storm of its own. I don't even make it fully past the doorway before the chef appears out of nowhere, like he's been lying in wait. I blink, and he's suddenly standing next to me, plate in hand. "God damn, you look worse than a public latrine. You alright?" I try to answer, I really do, but whatever comes out of my mouth sounds more like... Yeah, the rudder soup, stiff, yeah. "Right, you're toast." He shoves the plate into my hands before I can drop from exhaustion. "Sit, eat, stew's hot, then go pass out before someone mistakes you for a drunken mop." I don't argue, I just do what I'm told. I sit down without thinking, the plate warm against my hands, the smell of the stew rising up like a fog. I blink once, slow and heavy, and then rest the side of my face in my palm just for a second. Just 1 second. And we're going to be back to max. No? Okay. When I open my eyes again, the plate's empty, clean, not a drop of stew left, and my stomach feels full. I stare down at the plate like it just played a trick on me. Did I eat? I must have. My mouth tastes like pepper and something vaguely herbal. My spoon's resting crooked in the bowl like I left it there myself. I touch my stomach. Yeah, definitely full. I glance around dazed, but no one's paying attention. The few people in the saloon are still focused on their own bowls, swaying with the ship. I have no memory of finishing the food, not even a blur, just a strange warmth in my chest and a heaviness in my limbs that tells me my body did what my brain couldn't. My mug is empty too. Guess that stew knew where it was going. Next thing I know, I'm in the cabin. I don't remember walking here. No corridor, no stairs, no doors. One blink and I'm in the saloon, next blink here. Just like that. Maybe the stew teleported me, or maybe I really am starting to slip. The ship groans again as it rocks, but everything inside stays mostly still. Max is out cold in her bunk. Completely dead to the world. I don't even think a cannon blast could wake her right now. I just stand there for a second, staring at her, trying to figure out if I've lost actual time, or if this is what exhaustion does to your memory. Either way, I feel like I'm watching myself from somewhere else, like I'm not here. I should lie down. I need to lie down. Silence. Oh, still new dialogue. But not darkness. Back here again. There's light, soft and even, like the sun's out but never moving. I blink once, and I'm standing again. Same place, same endless sea. Flat and still like a painting. The clouds above hang frozen in place. White and untouched, suspended in an unmoving sky. No wind, no sound. Not even the creak of a ship. And there she is. That figure again, just a few steps ahead. Leaning against the railing like always. Cyan scales catch the light. Familiar curve to her shoulders, tail flicking slowly, barely. She's in the same spot as last time, back to me. Just like always, something in my chest tightens. But my mind is slow to keep up. It doesn't register her face, it never does, just her presence. She tilts her head slightly, not turning all the way, just enough to throw her voice over her shoulder with that smug little rhythm of hers. Well, back again already. You must have missed me. I try to say something, anything. My mouth opens, but nothing comes out. Not a word, not even a breath. My throat works like it's caught on something, tongue moving without sound. I try again, straining just to form a syllable, but it's like my brain is tripping over itself, like someone else is flipping levers in my head, rerouting everything before it can turn into words. I want to answer her, ask what this place is, who she is, why she keeps showing up, but the thoughts won't string together. They dissolve halfway, like fog in the wind. Except there's no wind here, no motion, just stillness. She doesn't seem surprised. If anything, her smirk gets a little sharper. Cat caught your tongue, or maybe you're just overwhelmed again. She taps her claw once on the railing. The sound is tiny, but somehow it echoes. She turns her head just enough to catch my eye. You still can't find your voice? She asks, voice dripping with amusement. Must be suffocating, huh? Not being able to say anything, move, or even think straight. I try again, forcing my mind to break free from the haze, but it's useless. My body doesn't respond, and the panic starts to claw at me. I can't even feel the weight of my own limbs. Must be frustrating being trapped like this. You're drowning but with no water, huh? Em tilts her head slightly, as if considering me with newfound curiosity. Maybe if you weren't so tired, your brain would give you just enough oomph to break free in here. She glances at me, amused by my inability to react. I guess if your mind wasn't this weary, you'd probably be able to do something other than just stand there frozen. But here you are, trapped, not by me, but by your own exhaustion. Pretty funny, huh? She doesn't move a muscle, her posture completely still. She's like a statue locked in place, but her voice rings out clearly as she continues to watch me. Maybe you're just too tired to fight your way out of this dream, huh? Em shifts her posture slightly, still not moving, but her gaze softens a little. This isn't really fun, you know. I can't even have a decent conversation with you if you're gonna keep going like this. I actually wanted to talk about Max. She continues gazing at me, eyes piercing. I was gonna give you some tips, you know, about Max's figure. She pauses, a hint of amusement returning. I thought maybe I could even tell you what she looks like from the front. Bet that'd be appealing to you, huh? But sadly, I can't. Not in here. All of this whole thing, it's all in your head, shaped by your thoughts, your mind. So no matter how much I wanted to tease you, I'm stuck like this, and I can't give you the full picture, literally. She chuckles a little, as though the irony amuses her. Have a nice one, mate. I see your body's starting to relax. That means you actually rested now. I'll see you soon. Soon? This dream thing happening because of Anon's brain tumor. Anon shouldn't have smoked Reed's space vent. Oh boy. I wake up to the ship's hull slamming against the waves, each jolt reverberating through my pounding head. The bone creak. Wait, I was gonna say. Here we go. I'll eat later. I want to eat at the cargo area today. Why's that? Can I fully trust you? Mate, we are sharing a room. Fair enough. Well, I found a little friend down there who's getting on my nerves. Oh no. There's a rat at the cargo area, and I'm almost sure of where he's at. Little twat's been eating some items. Okay then, I'll see you at dinner, I guess. Laters. I step into the saloon. The smell hits me like a slap. Mushrooms. I hate mushrooms. Buongiorno, Giovanotto. Sir, my nose is lying to me. Is my nose lying to me, or am I smelling mushrooms? He raises an eyebrow, crossing his arms. And if you are? I don't like mushrooms. His grin twitches, almost amused. Tough morning for you, then. The chef doesn't say anything, just turns and disappears into the kitchen. He's back in less than a few seconds, plate in hand, a slice of pizza, mushrooms front and center like they're mocking me. So I guess we did make a pizza. I guess in every timeline we make one? I don't know. I take a step back. The chef steps forward, his grin gone, mildly pissed now, eyes locked. You must be hungry. Eat! He shoves the plate into my hands before I can protest. That does not look like a pizza, man. The mushrooms glisten. I can feel my stomach twisting already. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Well, of course. The plate feels heavier than it should. The mushrooms glisten like little slugs, daring me to flinch again. The chef hasn't moved. His eyes are locked on me, steadily, mildly irritated, like a man who's already committed to his power play. The saloon door creaks open behind us. Max steps in, hands in her pockets, boots tapping lightly as she glances around. She pauses when she sees us, me frozen with the plate, the chef staring me down like it's a duel. Morning. Everything all right? I open my mouth, but chef slices through the air with his voice before I can speak. One moment, little one. He doesn't even glance at her. His eyes stay glued to me, sharp and unyielding. Giovanotto needs to eat first. Max raises an eyebrow, giving me a questioning look, but wisely stays quiet. She leans against the wall, waiting, eyes curious but not interfering. I stare at the mushrooms again. The smell is stronger now, earthy and damp, the kind of smell that crawls under your skin. Max shifts her stance, folding her arms, clearly trying to figure out if this is a joke or a serious standoff. It's not poisonous, yet. A faint smirk dances at the corner of his mouth. I sigh, both of them watching me now. The mushrooms seem to pulse, waiting. Max steps in, literally, sliding between me and the chef like a buffer. Hey, mister, mind if I take my breakfast to go? I was planning to eat down at the cargo area. The chef blinks, his eyes finally breaking off for me to look at her. He shrugs, waving a hand. Give me a second. He turns and heads back to the kitchen. The moment he's out of sight, Max leans towards me, voice low and fast. Go now, before you die! I don't argue, the plate's still in my hands, but I waste no time heading for the door. I'll meet you there. New quest, save the mouse. Parker attempting to pronounce foreign words always amuses me, yeah. Anything can be a pizza if your teeth are strong enough. Okay. The first thing I do once I reach the cargo area is to drop onto a crate, still holding the cursed pizza like it's some kind of live grenade. Watch, she's gonna feed the rat. A minute later, Max slips in, closing the door gently behind her. She glances around, making sure we're alone, then walks over. Alright, crisis averted, for now. I raise the plate slightly, the mushroom still staring back at me. I feel like I just escaped an execution. Max smirks, but lowers her voice. You better not show your face at the saloon for a while. The chef looked really pissed. I sigh, leaning back a bit. Yeah, he looked like he might actually throw you in the oven. I stare at the slice, still warm, still offensively covered in mushrooms. Maybe I should start skipping breakfast. Max chuckles under her breath, then nudges my shoulder. Next time, just tell him you've got an allergy or something. I don't, but I might develop one very soon. Max glances at the plate in my hands, then back at me. If you want, you can give me the mushrooms. I don't mind them. Actually, I kinda like them. I blink as if she just confessed to eating rocks. She probably does. How can you like them? She raises an eyebrow, half amused, half serious. You've never been hungry, have you? Her voice isn't sharp, but the words land heavy. I mean real hunger, mate. Not I skip breakfast once hunger. The kind where you eat what's in front of you, not because tomorrow might be worse. I glance down at the pizza again. The mushrooms sit there, harmless but still uninviting. Didn't Neela have this conversation with us too? Or was it Victoria? I forget. I guess I haven't. Then trust me, after a while, you stop being picky. Quietly, I peel off a few of the mushrooms and hand them to her. She pops them into her mouth without hesitation, chewing like they're candy. See? Perfectly fine. I'm glad someone's enjoying this. You're welcome, mate. It's finally quiet. The shift was heavy today. One of those days where the hours feel twice as long. My legs still ache. My head's buzzing. But it's over, and I'm thankful for that. I've been holed up in my cabin since the moment the shift ended. I rushed straight here like a man avoiding creditors. Well, in my case, one very specific creditor, the chef. I successfully dodged him all day. Small victories. Max steps in, holding two plates carefully balanced, shutting the door behind her with her foot. Evening, mate. I brought dinner. She holds out a plate. Frittata, no mushrooms. Think whatever force is watching over me. You're a lifesaver. I take the plate, settling onto the edge of the bunk. The warmth of the food cuts through the stale air in the cabin. You've been hiding like prey all day. Oh no, she's got Reed's finger guns. Uh-oh. Time traveler. Survival instinct. She chuckles and sits across from me, digging into her own portion. The chef's still looking for you, you know. I'm sure he is. He didn't say it, but I think he took the mushroom thing personally. I sigh, stabbing at the frittata with my fork. I didn't insult his cooking, I just refused to be poisoned. Poisoned, right. We eat quietly for a few minutes, the steady hum of the ship filling the silence. You can't avoid him forever, mate. I can try. You know he'll get you back eventually. Then I'll enjoy my final meals while I can. Max raises her fork like a toast. To your remaining meals, then. We both dig in, for now. The frittata tastes like peace. The air's cooled down, the kind of cold that seeps into your bones if you stay still too long. Max stands by the little table, reaching for the candle. All right, mate, that's enough for today. She pinches the wick, snuffing the flame. The cabin drops into darkness, save for the faint silver glow slipping through the porthole. I kick off my boots and practically throw myself onto the bunk. Night-night. I've noticed we're not seeing the days, I don't think. Oh, but we're going to be dreaming again. Darkness, heavy, thick, but I'm still aware, like falling into a deep ocean. Eyes open, but body frozen. My chest tightens with that same familiar weight. I can't move, can't speak. Oh boy. Now it's the front. Oh god. Finger guns are always the way to go. Found you, Giovannato, as the chef looks through the window of the cabin. The outside window on the hall. Yeah, he would. And she's there, as always. Em rests her arms on the railing, watching me with that same half-amused, half-curious stare. Multiple days in a row, mate. I mean, really, you're not exactly making this easy to ignore. I scream inside my head, but no sound leaves my mouth. My body stays locked, eyes open, staring, heart pounding inside a frozen shell. She knows I'm trapped, like some kind of spectator inside my own mind. Em tilts her head slightly, studying me like I'm some odd puzzle. What is it this time? Guilt? Curiosity? Or maybe you're just lonely? She doesn't move, can't move, just like me. Only her eyes do the work, slowly shifting to meet mine again. You know, mate. Her voice carries that same dry edge, though now there's a trace of irritation beneath it. One of these nights you could at least dream of me actually moving. She exhales softly. It's starting to get annoying on my end, too. Same scene, same paralysis. Like we're both nailed to the floorboards. Her tone stays light, but there's something underneath it. Tiredness, frustration. I mean, if you're gonna keep dragging me into your head every night, you might as well give me some freedom to stretch my legs. I try to respond, to apologize, to explain that I don't control any of this, but I'm locked inside, mute as ever. Em narrows her eyes slightly, reading the silence again. Or maybe you like it this way. Me stuck here, you stuck there, both of us just hanging. We're gonna be at this for a while, aren't we? The tightness of my chest shifts. It's subtle at first, a ripple in the weight that's pinned me for so long. My throat tingles, like words are finally being allowed through. I manage to force my mouth open, breath catching as I form actual words. Em, why do you keep appearing in my dreams? My voice is rough, strained, but it works. The silence breaks for the first time in what feels like forever. You make it sound like I'm doing this on purpose. Her voice stays calm, but there's an edge of amusement, like she's been waiting for me to finally say something. Hate to break it to you, mate, but this is in your head, your dream, so if anyone's at fault here, it's you. She shifts her gaze, letting the words settle between us. I don't get to pick where I show up. You do. You keep thinking about her, about me, and so here I am, again, night after night. I stare at her, heart still pounding as the fog in my head tries to process it. But I don't want this. Then maybe you should stop thinking about Max before you go to sleep, mate. She tilts her head, eyes narrowing slightly. Easier said than done, isn't it? Em watches me quietly for a moment, her eyes narrowing, that twisted little smile curling up at the edges of her lips. The air feels heavier. Then slowly, without breaking eye contact, wait, Dev, what, why are you allowing this, Dev? Oh, Lord. I swear the filter should be on. Yeah, it's off. We turned it off. What's going on down there, Dev? Then slowly, without breaking eye contact, she moves her hands to the front of her pants. Her fingers work at the button, just one, popping it open with an audible click. The fabric loosens slightly, revealing a bit of bare stomach beneath. Pale smooth, the sunlight glides across her skin like it doesn't belong here. Here. Her voice drops lower, almost playful, almost cruel. I'll give you something to think about her even more. The way she says her makes my skin crawl. It's not Max talking, not really. It's me, twisted through whatever part of my mind keeps building this place. Why are you doing this? Em's smiles deepens, dark amusement flashing in her eyes. Oh no, Hermano, I know, I know, right? I'm dying. This wasn't part of the script. Ugh. I'm not reading that one because it just reads off weirdly. Because I'm doing what you let me do, mate. This is your mind, your rules. I just follow along. She gives a slow blink, voice turning almost mockingly sweet. Don't like it? Then stop thinking about her. But you won't. You can't. That's why we're here again, aren't we? I can't answer. My pulse hammers in my ears. The heavy, silent sea around us feels like it's leaning in, waiting for what comes next. Em's eyes stay locked onto mine, the twisted smile never fading. Do you want to see what's below? Are we gonna get the warning again? My throat tightens. I manage to force a question out, even though I already know I won't like the answer. What do you mean? Don't play dumb now. Her voice dips lower, the amusement turning heavier. You know exactly what I mean. You thought about it. Don't pretend you haven't. That's why I'm here after all. Her eyes narrow, glinting under the strange, still light. You keep pulling me deeper every night. Warning! The following scene contains not safe for work content. If you don't wish to see it, disable it on the options. I can't speak. My mind claws for an answer, but the paralysis creeps back again, wrapping around my body like chains. Anon. She pauses for a beat, eyes narrowing slightly. No, let's drop that for once. Her voice dips lower, more serious now. John Doe. Hearing my name spoken aloud in this place makes my stomach turn. It echoes strangely like the dream itself reacts to it. So, you're so interested in Max. Why haven't you said anything to her yet? I try to answer, I feel my mouth twitch, but nothing comes, my mind spins, the words choke in my throat. She watches my silent struggle, reading everything on my face. Afraid? Her voice is softer now, not mocking, almost disappointed. Are you just waiting for her to read your mind like I can? You know, mate, I don't really mind being around, to be honest. It's been a long time since I was free like this. She lets the words hang. Her eyes drift back for a second as if studying the endless void around us. Then her gaze snaps right back to mine. But I gotta say, it's kind of funny. A bit annoying, sure, but a little flattering, I guess. And the smirk sharpens again, her tone dipping into that dangerous sweet spot between amusement and frustration. Seeing you so damned interested in someone that you can't even talk about it. Not even here, in your own bloody dream, where nothing can hurt you. You really are something, John. The weight of her words sit heavy in my chest. I feel my pulse thudding again, faster this time. She's right, and I hate that she's right. Well, see you tomorrow, I guess, since you can't stop thinking about me. Wait, aren't the shoulder things supposed to hold the pants up and not connect to the shirt? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. It's Thursday. I need to get the fan closer in here. I'm fucking sweating because they don't turn the ACs on, man. I'll be right back real quick. I'd open the window, but there's stupid school stadium shit happening, so you'd be hearing the fucking PA speaker just blare. And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to suffer as little as I can right now. Turn that off. The rain is still coming down in sheets, blurring the view outside the saloon window. I poke at my breakfast, not really hungry. Just going through the motions. It's been 4 days since 4 days of this relentless downpour, and there's not much left to say about it. Across from me, Lady Victoria said, wait, never, I was gonna go through all of that, man. I'm not going through stuff if I don't got to. I push open the door to the wheelhouse and step inside, the familiar hum of the ship's engine greeting me like an old friend. Neela's already at the wheel, her eyes focused and determined. I give her a nod, and she returns it with a quick smile before turning her attention back to the course. The captain's nowhere to be found. He probably already left. 2 degrees north. Neela raises an eyebrow, her hand still gripping the wheel. Got it. Her fingers moving with practiced ease, turning the wheel slightly to the right. The ship shudders just a bit as it realigns. The course shifting subtly under our guidance. I watch as the compass needle steadies, the numbers aligning perfectly. Perfect. She gives a quick nod and returns her focus to the sea, her concentration unwavering. With that settled, I let myself relax into the routine of the shift, ready for the day ahead. It's lunchtime. I stretch and glance at Neela, who's still expertly steering the ship. Any idea what's on the menu for lunch today? She chuckles, her gaze never leaving the horizon. If I know my uncle, it'll probably be stew. I let out a dramatic sigh. I never get satisfied with stew for some reason. Neela smirks, her eyes twinkling with mischief. What, getting hungry already? You know, Neela, your stomach's been making quite the racket today, too. Maybe you're the one who's always hungry. Neela's eyes narrow in mock outrage. Oh, really? Well, at least I have reason to be, unlike some people I know who might have been too busy admiring their bald head in the mirror to notice. Low blow. Touché. I feel like we had that dialogue before. Neela smirks triumphantly, clearly pleased with her victory in our little exchange. Anyway, I'm off to grab our lunches before we both starve. Without another word, I stand up abruptly and make my way out of the wheelhouse. The door swings open with a sharp creak, and I stride towards the saloon with purpose, my frustration clear in every step. After leaving Neela in the wheelhouse, I could still hear her voice saying something about my hair ringing it. It's the hairline. We've been through this one. I remember this line. As soon as I push open the saloon doors, the sound of rain greets me again, steady and cold, tapping against the deck like it never really left. Figures, it was too soon to celebrate anyway. I sigh as I take a step inside, only to see the chef already making his way towards me, wiping his hands on a rag. Hey, you got a minute? Sure. Think you could give me a hand down at the cargo? I need to haul up a new sack of sugar and a few other things, too. I feel like we went through this before, but okay. He glances towards the corner of the room. A pair of crewmen casually disappear behind the pantry door like they didn't hear a word. I was gonna ask them, but I don't know why. Every damn time I need help, it's like they just know and vanish. He lets out a frustrated breath, then shrugs. Must be some sixth sense sailors have. That's a tongue twister. My arms feel heavy from the shift, but I figure one sack won't kill me, probably. I'm tired, but it's just sugar, not like I'm hauling a canyon. All right, lead the way, sir. The chef gives me a nod of gratitude, already turning towards the exit without another word. Like he's expected me to say yes all along. I roll my shoulders and follow him. The smell of coffee and baked bread fading behind me as we head back out into the wet. The chef unlocks the heavy door and it creaks open. The lantern light spills in. And there she is, the dragoness I expected to see down here. There, curled up on the sack of flour sacks, like she was born there, is Max, limbs tucked in close, tail looped neatly around her leg. Oh, let me grab a drink. I'm already dying. My God. Tail looped neatly around her legs, head resting against a canvas bag. She's completely out. I've seen this before, but this is the first time the chef's caught sight of it. What the hell? His voice comes out low, just above a whisper, like he's not sure if he's allowed to say anything louder. Captain better not find out about this. People eat that. He squints at her, but there's no real anger in it, just disbelief. Then he exhales slowly. Still, damn, that's almost cute. Haven't seen anyone that relaxed in years. Guess she trusts the flower more than the proper bunk. I don't say anything, I just watch her breathe. Slow and steady, she looks like she belongs here, like part of the ship itself, tucked away beneath crates and shadows. Think you can lift her? Just gently, I'll grab the sacks underneath. He glances at me and I nod without a word. Stepping forward as quietly as I can, the floor creaks under my weight, and I wince, but Max doesn't stir. I kneel beside her, sliding one arm under her shoulder and the other beneath her legs. There you go, guys. There you go. She actually looks normal for once. Sorry for the drinking noises. This had to be worked on by a different artist than the one who made the seaside CGs. That's for sure. They're like night and day. Like, why can't Max look more like this? If she looks like this, more like this, she wouldn't be so awful to look at. Like, when I look at her normal sprites, it just screams gremlin. But with this, it seems like she's like Neela's sister or something, you know? Personally, corn is more comfortable to sleep on. Don't ask! She's warmer than I expected. As I slowly lift her off the sack, she shifts, just a little, and then, without opening her eyes, she presses herself closer, nuzzling her snout softly into my chest. Oh wait, that's not the space bar. The chef leans over the flower and raises an eyebrow, smirking like the bastard he is. Well, well, someone's got strong feelings, doing that in her sleep too. That's real. Fuck off. I whisper it, trying to sound more annoyed than I feel. The chef pauses, sack half lifted, and shoots me a glare sharp enough to slice bread. Careful with that tongue, Ragazzo. You forget who you're whispering at. I glance away, muttering something I don't even finish. He carries a flour sack as if it were weightless, muttering something beneath his breath. Max continues to sleep in the meantime, utterly oblivious of the fact that she's converting me into a furnace in the midst of the cargo hold. The chef hoists the sack onto his shoulder with a grunt, then casts one last look at Max, still curled in my arms. her breath warm against my collarbone. He chuckles as he heads for the door. You've got good luck with girls, it seems. Must be that awkward charm of yours. Go fuck. I stop myself halfway, jaw tightening as the memory of that death glare flashes back in perfect clarity. I swallow the rest of the sentence like I just bit into a lemon. He stops at the threshold and glances back over his shoulder, smirking. Were you about to say something? I just shake my head, slow and silent, eyes fixed anywhere but his. Didn't think so. And with that, he disappears through the doorway, the sound of his boots fading into the distance. I'm left standing in the quiet cargo hold, holding Max like some half-forgotten lullaby. The scent of flour thick in the air. She doesn't stir, doesn't even twitch. Just breathes, calm and steady, like I'm part of whatever dream she's drifting through. Silence, the only sound, the creaking of the ship and the distant patter of rain above. Max is still completely out, dead weight in my arms, but not heavy, actually. Is a sack of flour heavier than her? I glance at the stacked bags beside me. Huh. I shift my grip, trying to ease her back down onto the flour where she was before, thinking she might just roll back into place and keep snoozing. The moment I lower her even an inch, her arms twitch, then her tail wraps loosely around my leg. Before I can react, she curls into me tighter, her head nudging under my chin like I'm her damn pillow. I freeze mid-motion, arms stuck halfway between putting her down and holding her up. Really? She sighs softly, completely content, and I swear, if I didn't know better, I think she was doing this stuff on purpose. I sigh quietly through my nose and give up on trying to put her down. Fine, if she wants to be a living scarf, so be it. I adjust my grip slightly and start pacing slowly through the cargo hold, careful not to knock her head against any crates. Her tail still clings lazily to my leg like it hasn't gotten the message, and as I walk, she mumbles something soft and completely unintelligible into my shirt. Something about mushrooms or socks, I can't even tell. I just shake my head, a half smile tugging at the corner of my mouth. She's pretty. The thought slips in before I can stop it. I glance down at her, and now that I'm actually looking, I start to notice things that I hadn't before. The soft curve of her snout, a little rounded near the tip like a ball, almost too round to take seriously when she's pouting. The way her brown hair curls near the ends, messy from sleep but still falling around her face in a way that looks natural. The small stubby horns poking back above her ears, almost delicate compared to the rougher crew around here. And her face. There's something calm about it like this. Peaceful, vulnerable even. Beautiful. I look away, eyes scanning crates I'm not really seeing. Maybe I've been too busy, too distracted, or maybe I didn't let myself notice until now. I keep walking, slow steps echoing softly through the hold. Max's weight pressed warm against my chest. Her snout shifts now and then, rubbing absently against my shirt, mumbling more half-words that fade into nonsense. I don't say anything, I just walk. I remember the memories we have shared. I remember that first time walking into the cabin, and there she was, already in her pajamas like it was nothing. She just looked at me like I was the idiot for not knowing. Maybe I was. Then there was inventory day, hours crawling by down here in the cargo. Both of us wrecked by the end of it. We made a deal. I would wash her clothes in exchange for her desserts. Fair, right? Except that little goblin tricked me into washing her clothes for free. I still remember her smug little grin as I trudged back to my shift like a chump, while she stayed here, all cozy and smug. The chocolate, she brought it to the cabin, wrapped in brow paper. One bar each. Said it was her favorite, milk chocolate. Told me her grandma used to give it to her when she was little. She looked so soft thinking about it, like the memory wrapped her up warmer than a blanket on her bunk. So we're recapping right now. I don't know why we need a recap, but here we are. And then I had to go and screw it up. I said lifting weights wasn't that hard. Just words, but careless ones. I didn't think. Didn't stop to remember that for someone Max's size, it is hard. Orange had to slap some sense into me after. Told me what I should have known from the start. That Max didn't want to be treated like glass. She wanted to be seen as capable. Capable as enough. As I hated myself a little that night. And the dreams, I never stopped. Em told me I kept dreaming of Max, and she's right. I don't tell anyone, but I remember them all. Her voice, her presence, that look in her eyes when she judges me for doing nothing. And I still haven't told her how I feel. Haven't told her that something's changing, that maybe it already has. I glanced down at her again. She's still wrapped around me like she never plans to let go. I'm not sure if I want to let her go. Max shifts against me. I just twitch at first. Her tail loosening, claws flexing slightly against my chest. And a soft, groggy breath escapes her as her eyes start to flutter open. I stop walking and look down right as she blinks up at me, pupils narrowing with slow, confused realization. Oh no, uh-oh. What? She squirms hard, panicked, legs kicking as if she just woke up on fire. In a blink, she slips from my arms and hits the floor with a dull thud, tail flopping over a crate. She scrambles upright, eyes wide, staring at me like I just committed a war crime. Back to ugly Max now. Way to go, buddy. Whoa, hey, it's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hold you like that. The chef needed to get the sacks you were sleeping on, and you wouldn't let go. She stares at me, chest rising and falling, mouth opening and closing like she's trying to form a sentence and keeps losing the words on impact. Wait, what? You literally wrapped around me like a scarf. She goes red from the snout up to her ears, and finally manages to speak. I can't believe I was cuddling against a bald man in my sleep. Oh no, uh-oh, she's giving the bedroom eyes. You're a bald man. Max gives me an awkward side-eye as we lay there for what seems like an eternity as we just sort of stare at each other. Don't get used to it, cue ball. I rub a hand over my head with a sigh. Unbelievable. Just skip. Huh? So, you've liked me for a while now. Her voice so, we're just dropping it right here now? Her voice cuts through the quiet, not accusatory, just curious. We spent the rest of that afternoon in the cargo hold, just talking. Nothing special. Just words, but she told me about her grandmother, her village, the way she used to sneak out to sit by the river. I told her about the books I liked, my life at the manor, and other things. We laughed at one point. It felt normal, comfortable, real. I don't know when it started. I really don't. It just did. It's not like I was forced at gunpoint to play this route, Max. I don't want to be rude, but to me, all humans kind of look the same. Well, I'm different. I'm bald. Except for the other human who's also bald. But I'm more differenter because I don't have a face. There's a beat. My thoughts trip over themselves. She speaks so casually that it seems like she's discussing the weather. Wow. I mean... She looks at me now, a little more earnest, a little less sharp. So far, I like hanging around you, though. Finger guns again. Her tail flicks once against the floor, nothing more. Max is silent for a while. She simply stands there with her arms slowly uncrossing and her gaze somewhat downcast. Then, without being irritated, she huffs in a contemplative manner. It seems as though everything is falling into place behind her eyes. You've seen me puke my guts out. That was, what, the first day we met? I nod slightly. She doesn't wait for me to answer. And you've probably heard me snore by now. She pauses, blinks, her voice lowers. Or fart in my sleep. I look away, trying not to smile, not because it's funny, but because it's her saying it, so blunt, so her. We've actually shared a lot, huh? Her lips twitch like she wants to smile, but it doesn't come out. She stares at the floor. Then there was that morning you asked the chef to make you something with eggs. For me. Her voice lowers a bit. Then we fought that time in the cargo when you grabbed that crate like it was made of paper and told me it wasn't heavy. Now we're having our third recap here, aren't we? She finally looks at me. I was so mad at you. I nod. I remember every second of it. She sits slowly on the edge of the bunk. Her hands rest on her lap. Her tail curls in, brushing lightly against her legs. I didn't really stop to think about it until now. All of it. Those things. I guess I just kept moving forward. She glances at me again, more seriously this time. But we shared a lot, you and me. Silence falls again. I don't know what this is or where it's going. She exhales through her nose, soft and uncertain. But I haven't hated it. Not even close. Who's pinging me? Nothing. Okay. Not every bald guy is Johnny Sins Max. You know, you're allowed to talk, right? I'm not detaining you. I'm not a police officer or anything. Would it be the police back then? Wouldn't it be like the guards or some shit? I don't know. I let out a breath I hadn't noticed I was holding. My mouth opens, but I take a second to find the words. You just keep showing up. I scratched the back of my neck, eyes wandering past her for a second before returning. In my thoughts, I mean, not all dramatic or anything, it just happens. Like I'll be doing something and you'll pop into my head out of nowhere. I shrugged, trying not to sound dumb or too serious. I don't really know what to make of that, it just keeps happening. She doesn't interrupt, just listens, her eyes onto me, no judgments. So yeah, maybe I've liked you for longer than I realized. I just don't want to screw it up by saying something too soon or too late. To my surprise, her cheeks tint with color. Not much, but enough to notice, even under the dull cabin light. I've dated before. Oh boy, I wonder what her body count is. Her voice is softer now, almost reluctant, like she's not used to admitting that. Oh no, the lips. A few times, nothing serious. Not for long, anyway. She plays with a loose thread on her sleeve, eyes flickering down for a moment. It didn't work out. I guess there were a lot of reasons. A lot of small reasons. Her fingers pause. But mostly, I think it's because I always picked work first. Always. That's just how I am. She glances up again, like she's checking to see if that bothers me. I don't hate the idea of being with someone, I just never really figured out how to make that fit with everything else. A small shrug. Guess it's easier to carry crates and keep to myself than to try and explain why I forgot someone's birthday. She doesn't say it like a joke, just a fact. Honest, a little sad. So yeah, that's me. I stay quiet for a moment, just watching her, until something tugs at the back of my memory. She said something back then, one of those first days we met, when we ate chocolate together. Wait, you said your birthday was in 2 weeks, didn't you? Her eyes flicked towards me, caught. That was back when we first met, so that means it's close, right? She gives me a half-laughing, half-guilty face as she lets out a breath through her nose that sounds almost like a chuckle and nearly like resignation. Let me guess, she lied about it. I knew you were gonna ask. She leans back slightly, eyes on the ceiling now like she's bracing for something. Yeah, I called it. That was a test, Anon. Okay, so I kinda lied. You what? Yeah, back then, I said it was in 2 weeks because I didn't want to deal with some guy I barely knew trying to be all, well, you. She looks at me again, softer this time. But you're not a stranger anymore. A long pause. It's today. She sighs, almost like she's annoyed herself for saying it. Oh no, I'm 21 now. I can drink. Give me your beer, Anon. I just stare for a second, trying to register that. Are you joking? Yeah, I also lied about that too. I'm jailbait, Anon, and you're going to jail. She doesn't say a word. She just gives a slow, tired shake of her head. It's today. Of all the days she could have kept that quiet. I glance towards the small window of the cabin, barely catching the dim shift of the sky. Time's moving, my shift's coming up fast. I have to go, I'm already pushing it. I start to walk away, but keep my eyes on her. But after that, we're celebrating. Just us. Doesn't have to be loud or big or anything, just something for you. She doesn't smile, not fully, but there's a flicker of something. Gratitude, maybe, or surprise. Wait. She stands too now, arms folded, but not in a defensive way. She's thinking hard again, like every word matters. If you really want to be with someone like me, she hesitates, you need to be sure. Her tone isn't cold. If anything, it's the softest I've heard her all morning. There's still a lot you don't know, a lot I haven't told you, stuff I don't always talk about. She looks me in the eye. So think about it, okay? Really think. And if it's too much, or if it changes your mind, that's fine. We can still be friends. A pause. She exhales slowly. I won't hold it against you. I nod and I leave. Cake baking minigame. Oh boy. Yeah, we never got... what is Max's minigame? Neela has the stupid map making. Iris has the fucking drawing game. We don't even know what Victoria has. What is it, knitting? Or is it going to be fishing? The glass is... Wait. Okay, I was going to say. Again and again, around the little goblin waiting for my answer. Sigh. I look around, half expecting to see her. Anila's not here. Probably went back to her cabin. I can't blame her. She was quieter than usual today. She must have noticed something was off. I slide into a corner seat at the long table. I'm not hungry. My stomach's somewhere else. I sigh, deep and slow, elbows on the table, hands laced together. What the hell am I doing? Slower than before, Max's words repeat in my mind. Her use of the phrase, someone like me, as if she didn't believe she was the best option. As if she felt she needed to warn me. And maybe she's right. Okay, here's the one that kills. So like these are all the kill shots here. We're gonna go through all of them. I want to stay with her, I say as a gun's pressed against my back. It's not just some passing feeling. It's her, Max. The little things, the dumb arguments, the way she pretends not to care when she clearly does. I want to keep this I want to keep going with this, even if I don't know where it'll lead. Even if things get messy, she's worth that risk. But tonight's not about me. It's her birthday. And she was ready to let it pass like any other day. I know how that feels. Not happening. Are we going to make the cake? With frantic movements, the chef is snatching pans, stirring pots, and turning something that is crackling on the burner. No assistance, not a single break. Only the mayhem and him. Giovanni! His voice booms over his shoulder without even turning. What are you doing in here? Just 1 second. I swear it's quick. He slams the oven door shut and spins around, apron stained, ladle in one hand like it could double as a weapon. Make it count. I need to feed the passengers. It's my cabin mate's birthday. Max, you know, cyan scales. Always looks like she's about to prank you. You know, the chick I was holding in my arms? Maybe that? Yes, I know who she is. The one who barely eats unless it's something with eggs. Exactly, I wanted to do something for her. She wasn't even going to say anything, but I figured maybe you could. He raises a hand, cutting me off with an exasperated sigh. You think I have time for surprises? I have a whole ship to feed and no one to help. I take a step forward. I volunteer. Please, just something small. Anything with eggs. She deserves it. He grunts, stirs something in a pot, then finally sets the ladle down and faces me again. Sweat on his brow, eyes sharp. You really want to do this for her? I nod. Fine, you want eggs for the birthday girl. Then you're staying. You help me serve the rest of this dinner rush, plates, bowls, trays in the works, and I'll make something special once this madness is over. I blink. Seriously? You wanted to help. Now help. Apron's on the hook. He points a flour-dusted finger towards the wall. And don't you dare drop anything. If one plate touches the floor, no eggs, capito. A smile pulls at the corner of my mouth as I grab the apron. On it. Victoria gets the Rapella Pro Bass Fishing minigame, yeah. 2 hours later, I'm not sure if my legs are still attached or just some cruel illusion my brain is maintaining out of habit. My back aches, my arms feel like wet rope, every step feels like I'm walking through knee-deep tar. Plates, bowls, second helpings, spilled stew, burned fingers, a kid almost knocked over a tray, and I caught it with reflexes I didn't know I had. I don't even want to know how much sweat is soaking this apron. Now, finally, the saloon is quieted down. Most of the passengers are either finished or gone, save for a few slow eaters hunched over their third cups of tea. The chef emerges from the back of the kitchen, holding a single plate. A warm golden omelet, folded neatly, steam rising in soft curls. There's something green in it, maybe chives or some kind of herb, and a tiny bit of melted cheese at the end. Great. I did a nasal flush earlier, but now I'm getting the mucus build up, and that's great. Here. He sets it in front of me. It's not much. I'm still cooking for the crew back there, but this I could do. I look at the plate, then at him. I'm not a miracle worker, Giovanni. I appreciate the help. You didn't have to do that. He wipes his hands on his apron, already turning back towards the kitchen before I can say anything. No go. Someone is waiting for you. Thank you, really. Just make sure she eats it while it's warm. Happy birthday. Max, wait. It'd be funny if it was like her birthday was in April. It'd be like, God damn it, I can't get rid of this gremlin. Max is already in her pajamas, snug fitting and worn in, with a few loose threads at the sleeves. Not that it matters. She's sitting on the edge of her bunk, legs crossed, tail curled around one ankle. She looks up, her head tilting just slightly. Wow, so we're skipping the knockout rule now? A smirk tugs at her mouth, but her voice is gentle, tired. I close the door behind me with a soft click. About what you asked earlier. I move towards her, holding the plate in front of me like it's something fragile. I thought about it, and I want to keep going with this with you. I stop in front of her and raise the plate a little. Also, happy birthday. Her eyes dip to the omelet, which is golden and warm, slightly uneven at the edges, but still steaming, and she blinks, her face changes. Quiet surprise, a little air slips out of her nostrils. You didn't have to bother. I did. A birthday should be celebrated, even if it's just the two of us. She stares at the plate for a moment longer before slowly taking it from my hands, setting it gently down at her feet. And without saying anything, she reaches over to the nightstand, picks up the little candle we keep for late hours and stormy nights, and places it on the floor beside the omelet. The flame wobbles slightly in the draft, casting long flickering shadows on the wall. All right. She pats the floor beside her. Come sit. Oh, we got more CG. Oh no, she had another glow down. Oh boy. Hello, Pork. I had to go to the police station today, and I just got back, so I just wanted to say hi. I'm still mad at the motherfucker who stabbed my bike for no reason at all. Yeah, I read about that. That had to fucking suck. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much. Maybe chat should go buy a copy of 3 Weeks on the Atlantic to fund Horu's bike tire fund. I settle in by lowering myself next to her and crossing my legs. A heavy cloth she spreads over us both like a tent, stifling the outer world and drawing everything in close. She bends over just enough to grab the corner of her bedsheet. The candle's glow paints her cheeks gold, her eyes catching the light every time she blinks. We're shoulder to shoulder now, breathing the same still air. She looks at me, her eyes can see through my soul, and I can see hers. This is the first time we've been this close, and neither of us moves. Max shifts slightly, reaching for the omelet, keeping her eyes on me. Just so we're clear. She tears off a small bite with her fingers, brings it to her mouth, chews, swallows, then gives me a deadpan look. If you start singing, I will punch you in the nuts. I blink. She raises an eyebrow. And before you think I'm joking. She subtly curls her tail around towards my side, resting it just barely against my leg like a silent threat. I am well within reach. I glance down at her tail, then back up at her face. I lift my hands in a little in surrender. No singing, got it. I pause. Not even humming? Max narrows her eyes, unblinking. I press my lips together, nod once, and decide I very much value my ability to walk normally tomorrow. Right, total silence. Enjoy your eggs. And just like that, the tension eases again. The flame between us flickers, and she takes another bite, this time without any warning. You want to try it? I blink. It's your birthday. You should have it. She shrugs. It's my omelet, and I want to share it, so you win or not. There's no winning with her. Fine. I lean in slightly, expecting her to offer a bite. But instead, she moves closer, slowly, her face tilting towards mine. Her clawed hand lifts to my jaw gently. And then she kisses me. No CG for that? No CG? Like, what was the reason at all? Yeah, I know, right? Some people are just born to be menaces, man. It's the low IQ grind set, man. Bio weapon, if you prefer. No warning, no hesitating, just heat and nerve and max. Her lips firmly meet mine, and then her tongue slides past me with confidence and slowness, as if she were asserting her claim to my mouth. She seems to know precisely what she wanted and didn't want to ask again. Is this how a kiss is supposed to feel? I don't know, I've never had one before. Not this real, not this sudden, not this. Her. I could taste the egg, the cheese, the barest trace of something sweet on her breath. And her warmth beneath it all, her resolve, when she determines something is worthwhile, she throws herself into it. I don't pull away. I don't want to pull away. Not now. It takes a while for our lips to part, as if neither of us is eager to let go. But we do. Only just. Her face is inches from mine, her breath is still warm against my skin, and she's looking at me, really looking at me. Just Max, nothing else matters. For the first time, I can see through her like glass. Not in a way that exposes her, but in a way that connects everything she's been too proud or too scared to say out loud. I see the way her eyes soften, just a little, when she's not putting on her usual smirk. I see the flicker of fear behind her boldness, the weight she carries underneath all that independence. I see the things she's held back, her dreams, her doubts, Ooh. Sorry, something like flew into my mouth. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know if it was like a stray hair flying through, or something from the fucking fan flying at me, but damn. It was half made, but Mabu's PC exploded, so it's lost media now, but it's being done by a different person. Oof. Ripperoni. Gotta get comfortable again. I see the things she's held back, her dreams, her doubts, the quiet hope that maybe someone could choose her without needing her to change. I see it all. And I like her. Primordial One, I like her more than I realized. More than I thought possible when we first argued. My hand moves before I even think. I lean back in, slow but sure, and she doesn't flinch. She leans into me too, meeting me halfway. Another kiss, deeper this time, less surprise, more willing. This one doesn't ask for permission. It simply belongs. Outside, the rain keeps falling. Inside, under a sheet and a dying candle, the omelet sits partially eaten, cold now. It doesn't matter. Nothing else does. Because my first kiss was with her. And the future ones will be too. Since Horror was here, I have a question we never see in the game. Also check DMs, he has hair now. No, you can't date the chef. You never see the captain without his hat. Does he have hair, or is he also bald? I thought we did see it. Oh, I'm getting text. Oh, I need to... I'll check that out later. Oh, that's the remade CG with the hair. I see we're dealing with another James He looks like James. He's got the James haircut, but it's like more dark brown. Why am I... No, I need to get off of Discord, because now I'm looking at my own Discord and catching up with messages. He is bald. When he enters the wheelhouse, he always comes without his hat. That's what I saw. It's literally Jack Dawson's hair from the Titanic. Literally the original concept. Okay. It's too early. The fish! The fish! Oh, here we go. So, how are things going between you and Max? I blink. That came out of nowhere. Actually, I confessed to her just yesterday. Orange's eyes widen and a grin spreads across his face. No kidding, for real? Yeah, I don't know where it'll go yet, but it felt right. Well, damn, man, congrats. That's a big step. Max isn't the easiest person to read. Tell me about it. Orange sighs, shifting his weight from one foot to the other. A tug. Yep, the fish. Fish. Victoria caught the fish for a third time. The biscuits fight back, dry and rough, and the smear of marlin paste barely helps. It's like spreading saltwater glue on a roof tile and pretending it's breakfast. And then I feel it, a light peck on my cheek. A light peck on my cheek. Soft, quick, warm. With the grace of a woman, Max plops herself just in front of me, resting her elbows on the wood and flicking her tail. If she were a lady, that is all. She still has untidy hair from sleeping. She doesn't say good morning at all. What's for breakfast? I glance down at the cement slab halfway in my mouth and give her a deadpan look. Bricks and fish. Max squints, not getting it. She reaches over and snatches one off my plate before I can stop her. Don't mind if I do. She bites into it. A full second passes. Then she stops moving, her pupils shrink. What the hell is this? She makes a sound that sounds something between a cough and a dry wheeze, and she holds her jaw as if it were broken. Are these even edible? I take another bite of mine, slowly, carefully, each chew a negotiation with my molars. I know how that feels sometimes. They are, if you eat them slowly, very slowly. She leans back, utterly terrified, staring at the biscuit and examining it as though there were a particular way to consume it. You're insane. I offer her the marlin paste. She doesn't take it. She keeps staring at her half-chewed war crime. Next time I'll just lick the wall. It might be softer. Lick the wall. Max would definitely be a wall licker and a floor licker, a railing licker, and every other thing in between, man. Eat those paint chips. You kick in your sleep. She raises a brow. And slap. I got a tail to the ribs at 2 in the morning and I woke up to a full hand smack to the jaw. Max just smiles like I complimented her. That kind of smug grin that says you chose this. You're the one who decided to keep going with me. Comes with the package. Wait, did they sleep in the same bunk this time? She leans forward on the table, resting her chin on her fist. And anyway, it's been a while since I dated anyone. I'm not used to sleeping next to someone. Yeah, they did sleep together in the same bed. Might take a bit to adapt again. I'm territorial in my sleep, apparently. Apparently. If you lose a tooth, I'll glue it back in. That's comforting. Or I could carve you a wooden one. Might look better than what you have. Romantic. Max reaches for my cup of tea that I've forgotten about until now. This is worse than the biscuit. You still drank it. Because I love you. I stop mid-chew. She doesn't even flinch. Just watches me, expression neutral, waiting. Kidding, mostly. The chef walks in, heavy boots echoing across the saloon floor. He doesn't say a word, just carries a plate with one hand and places it right in front of Max. Grazie. He nods, and I reach for one of her biscuits just to make things even. But before I can even graze it, her hand slaps mine with a clean whap. I don't say anything, I just stare at her with a flat, annoyed smirk. She stares back, grinning like a fox. Get your own! The chef clears his throat. Giovannato. Huh? Can you even eat those? His voice is quieter now, but now quieter as he frowns and points to my plate. Something about it sounds almost like guilt, as if he's aware of his actions. Oh, now he feels bad about giving us something. He didn't feel bad about the meatball! I mean, I can't, not without dunking them in tea or anything. Otherwise, they break your teeth. I would prefer to cook something better, but... He shakes his head, sighing. Orders are orders. I chew as if I were crushing gravel in slow motion while I nod slowly. No point complaining. At least they keep me from biting my tongue. My jaw's too busy breaking down concrete. Chef snorts, then heads back to the kitchen. Max watches him go, then turns back to me with a shrug. Like she's putting ointment on a wound, Max spreads the fish paste until it's completely covered, with a look of disdain and resolve. Want a cuddle later? I resume chewing. Straight to the point. She finally looks at me with one brow arched. You got anything better to do? I open my mouth. We could go out and... I glance at the rain streaking across the saloon windows. Right, it's raining. I try again. We could, Max waits, chewing slowly, her eyes narrowing just a little with amusement. There's not much to do on the ship. She nods. Exactly, cuddling wins. She reaches over and takes my tea, sips it, makes her goblin face, and puts my tea back where it was. Besides, you owe me. For what? For surviving my night kicks. You're lucky I didn't break your ribs. Yeah, true love's got bruises now. She grins, sharp and smug. Yep. I don't remember when I fell asleep. One moment I was wrapped in warmth. Max's arms around my chest. Are we skipping another not safe for work thing? Because, oh my god, the flashbang you're going to get of waking up in bed with her is crazy. Sadly, I got spoiled to it, but you guys are going to get a kick. The Weevils add extra flavor. Porku plays drywall eating simulator and just mods it, so Max is doing it. Also, we are going to make another angle of the saloon where the windows can be seen. Alright. We could play cornhole in the cabin hallway. The next quiet, no heartbeat beside me, just the faint rhythm of rain on metal and the low groan of the ship shifting in the water. Oh, come on, I was hoping we'd wake up. I'm standing on the deck. Oh, it looks like I gotta break up with you, Em. I'm now seeing Max. Be free, wandering spirit. Hello, Em. She doesn't say anything, just lowers her gaze a little, as if I caught her in a moment she didn't want to share. Hi. Her voice is soft, too soft. It doesn't carry the playfulness it usually does, or the distant chill she sometimes wore like armor. What's wrong? She hesitates, then finally looks at me. There's something in her eyes that wasn't there before. Acceptance. Or maybe surrender. I liked being free again. She tries to smile, but it flickers. Dies before it ever reaches her lips. But I guess it's time to go back. Time to be forgotten again. The wind brushes past us both, cold and light. She turns back towards the horizon, hands gripping the railing a little tighter. She smiles. Even if this space is limited to what's inside your head. Her eyes look at the horizon, or that's where I think she's looking at. I don't know what's outside this tiny space. I'm grateful I got to exist again, even for a little while. I swallow, the cold starts settling in my chest. Not the chill from the wind, but something deeper. Something like guilt, or grief, or both. What are you, really? She closes her eyes, and now her smile is quieter, almost proud. I'm what I was supposed to be from the beginning. She barely moves, leaning her back on the railing. She got serious like a teacher, like an old friend, like the voice you didn't realize was yours. I was supposed to be your voice, your fantasies, things you didn't know how to say, the little moments you dreamed up when you were alone. I was the shape those thoughts took. But in the end, you ended up with Max. The way she says it, it's not bitter. There's no venom in it, only inevitability. So I'm going to disappear now and probably evolve. Evolve? She nods, looking back up. Her eyes shimmer faintly with something I can't name. I'm all your thoughts about Max, your what-ifs, your daydreams, that curiosity, that affection, the wonder of what if she felt the same way. I used to be that. She takes a deep breath. But she does feel the same now, so all those thoughts, they didn't need to pretend anymore. They'll become love, and I'll become part of that. It hits me in the gut, quietly, deeply. So this is the last time we talk? Yes. So ask me anything, one last time. Anything about Max before I go. Oh god. Is this going to be multiple choice? Will I see you again? What should I do? How can I be better? Will I ever see you again? You know, if you get the divorce ain't on, maybe, just maybe, give me a call. She smiles. I don't know. A pause, and then her voice lowers just above a whisper. But if it happens, I'll try to be more helpful next time. Oh, okay, I didn't have to save. What should I do? What should I do now? With Max, I mean. Em looks at me, eyes full of quiet knowing, like the answer is so simple it hurts. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, bro. Just like on Reddit. Just be on yourself, bro. She'll warm up to you, bro. Just be yourself. She smiles faintly. That's how it all started, didn't it? How can I be better? How could I improve things with her? Em chuckles softly. Don't force it. Girls don't like it when the guys try to impress the ones who's already fallen for him. She gives me a look, half teasing, half sincere. Just let her love you. That's enough. ... Anything else you'd like to know? Oh boy. What's your real name? What's your real name? That's a good question. I am... M. Funny. Heh. I'll miss you. I'll miss you too. I hope to see you again. Love her. Be there for her. Be your partner. Goodbye, mate. Can't believe Brain Max evolved into a Blastoise. Oh, we still don't wake up to that. Man. And I got like 15 minutes left before I gotta wrap it up. The sun's not even through the porthole yet, just a pale stripe of light across the floorboards. I'm not rereading, buddy. The saloon's dead when I get there. Figures, not even a single passenger pretending to enjoy the morning. Can't blame them. Navy biscuits don't exactly scream good start to the day. I head straight to the kitchen. The chef looks bored. He's eating too, a Navy biscuit in one... Wait... Okay. A Navy biscuit in one hand, half covered in what's left of the marlin paste from yesterday. Giovanito, you come for your punishment? He says it with the voice like gravel and olive oil. Not exactly pumped about it, but yeah. He shrugs, wipes his mouth with the back of his hand. No one is. Sit down. I bring you the good stuff. As though it were a cursed item, he holds up the biscuit. Vintage. He shrugs and reaches over to a jar, pops the lid off with a twist. Pickled onion or cucumber, something with flavor. This is breakfast? You enjoy the biscuits as much as I do? 2 pickles, please. Hope your stomach's stronger than your sarcasm. Pickles in the morning, not for the weak. He slides the plate towards me, drops in a second one. The smell hits instantly. Vinegar and something sharp. I take a bite, crunch echoing louder than I expected. Tangy, sharp, wakes me up more than the rain ever could. This is good stuff. No, of course it is. After that, we eat in silence. No hurry. No chatter. Only the damn crunch of pickles and odd clink of fork on plate. Although it's not gourmet, it's still something. It's better than biting through another soul-crushing dry biscuit with the texture of concrete, even though the vinegar hurts a little and feels heavy in the stomach. Not much flavor, really. Just bite and sour and the satisfaction of not eating wood. Still, it beats starving. So, what are you gonna do when we reach the continent? I wipe my hands on my pants and take another bite before answering. So far, I kind of want to stay with the goblin I got for a cabin mate. The short dragoness? I nod. Yeah, that one. He lets out a soft huff through his nose, more of a smirk than a laugh. You're a lucky one. My days of dating are long gone. He sets his fork down, leans back a little like he's remembering something distant. After Neela's mother came back into my life, I spent the rest of her days with her. When she passed, that was it. No more women. I had Neela to raise, and that was more than enough. Calm, not sad, is how he puts it. Just a matter of fact, as if that chapter had already been closed. I nod, quiet for a second. Pickle's still halfway to my mouth. So, what are you two gonna do then? He eyes me over with his mug, not letting the question slide this time. I shrug, chewing slower now. No idea. I brought some money with me. Figured I'd figure it out once we're there. He raises an eyebrow. Draconian coin? Yeah. He snorts, not even trying to hide it. Giovanito, money from Draconia ain't worth a fried egg on the continent. I swallow hard. Crap. You should talk about that with your new partner. Partner? He gives me a look, just one eyebrow raised, like, don't play dumb. Relationships aren't something one person just figures out when they get there. It's mutual. You walk the same road, or you don't walk at all. I look down at the plate. One soggy biscuit left, and the vinegar from the pickles is starting to settle wrong in my stomach. Yeah, I guess I've been winging it a bit. Wing less, talk more. He picks up his mug from the counter and takes a very, very slow sip. That settles the matter. Or, like that settles the matter. I'll talk with her later. Right now, I gotta head to my shift. Then go, Giovanito. Have a good shift. He lifts his mug in a lazy salute before taking a sip. I nod, clean the crumbs off my pants, and head out. Oh, no. It's almost night now. The sky's gone from steel gray to something darker, and the shift's finally over. But today, for the first time in what feels like forever, there was land, just a distant strip of green on the horizon, low and jagged like a smudge on the world. 5, maybe 6 more days and we'll be at port, the continent. I'm slouched in the common area, boots off, legs stretched out. One of the lanterns is swinging a little overhead, creaking softly every time the ship rocks. A few crewmates pass through now and then, quiet, tired. Let me guess, we're gonna run into the rich guy. I rub my eyes and lean back, staring at the ceiling. I should probably talk to Max soon. The chef wasn't wrong. Speaking of the devil. Hey, you busy today? Not really. Good, can you help me with something? Sure. I sit up, slip my boots back on, and follow her without asking what it is. We head into the cargo hold. Max doesn't explain a damn thing, just keeps walking between crates, tail twitching, almost vibrating. If you see him, stomp on him as hard as you can. Oh, the rat. I slow down. Wait, see who? But before she can answer, I hear it. A soft scurry across the floorboards, tiny claws tapping, then a familiar squeak. Oh, fuck! Max's head snaps in the direction of the sound, making her neck bones pop with the sudden snap. There you are, you little rat bastard! She spins towards me. Stop him! Stop him right now! I hesitate because, yeah, I remember him. He didn't run from me last time, just kind of stood there, all curious, not threatening, not gross, just a mouse. I don't want to kill him. But I get it, it's Max, and it's the cargo. One mouse turns into a dozen, and a dozen more chewed supplies, droppings on the flour, nests in the ropes. Yeah, big no-no. Risotto dashes right past my foot, squeaking. I move to stomp, but I miss, intentionally, just enough to look like I'm trying. Damn slippery little guy. He's right there! You had him! She's already vaulting over a crate like she's going to catch him barehanded. I keep trying to look busy, make noise, shuffle, but yeah, there's no way I'm hurting him. Wait, maybe we shouldn't kill him. Max freezes mid-step. What the fuck are you talking about? I hold up a hand, trying to slow the whole moment down. I mean, think about it. Killing him's kind of pointless, right? He's just one mouse, not a whole infestation. We can catch him, toss him out, block wherever he's got in. Crunch. Oh. Oh no. Uh-oh. I flinch. My heart dropped straight into my stomach. My foot shifted just slightly while I was talking, and I felt it. That soft, awful give under my boot. I don't look down. Max's expression shifts in an instant from furious to smug. Problem solved. She walks towards me casually, already cooling off. I still don't move, still don't look. I know what's under my foot. He probably ran to me, thought I'd help him again, trusted me. Shit. Max claps me on the back like I did something heroic. Good job, killer. I'll sweep the rest of the area just in case he had friends. She walks off into the shadow between the crates. My foot is still frozen in place. Goodbye, my friend. Anyways, I should go clean this up. Pepperoni. Just a mouse. Dead mouse. A few moments later, we're in the cabin. There was a lot of kissing, more than that. Even. More than that, even. Arms, whisper, her tail curling around my leg like she didn't want me to go anywhere. I didn't either. Oh no, being rewarded snoo snoo for killing the mouse. I don't know how I feel about that. Hey, you got a minute? She hums, nose pressed into my shoulder as she finishes wearing her pajamas. I'm kind of tired, but yeah, I could stay awake for a few more. Cool, I just wanted to ask something. She shifts a little to look up at me, eyes heavy but focused. What's that? I sigh. What are we gonna do once we reach the continent? That wakes her up a little more, her brow furrows. She just stares at the wall for a second, thoughtful, really thoughtful. Max reaches under her bunk with one arm. Do you remember our first day, when you helped me get to the saloon? She glances back at me with a little smirk. I said I'd reward you later. I sit up slightly, watching as she drags her luggage up to the bed and pops the old buckles open. Well, it's later. With cautious fingers, Max carefully removes a folded piece of fabric off the top of her bag, as if she were unwrapping a delicate object. Remember when you asked if I was carrying stones, and I said yeah? She pulls back another layer of fabric. A massive dark green stone, rough and jagged, but strangely smooth in places, like it had been chipped at, then tucked away. It's huge, easily the size of my head, maybe even a little bigger. It catches the dim light just enough to look heavy and important, similar to something you're not supposed to find unless you dig too deep. Some big-nosed, not very talkative guy told me this could be used for money. Let me guess, the rich guy? She leans back against the frame of the bunk. Not much money, though. Said it could afford one rabbit stew. Guess working in the mines wasn't really worth it if this is all I could drag out. I was somewhere else, huh? I'm just staring at it. Wait, it's not Max. Drink time. I'm losing myself. Thankfully, there's only 3 more minutes on the clock. Fatality. Insert the ending of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake saluting the boss's grave. She's an emerald miner. She mines the gems on the shardy. I'm just staring at it, at her, at the thing. My mouth opens, then closes again. No sound, nothing smart to say. I've been worrying about a few measly coins in my pocket, and she's been hauling around a goddamn money boulder like it's just part of her carry-on. So what? Is it just trash? She looks at me, brows slightly raised, waiting. Wait, you don't know what that is? Max rolls her eyes. I didn't go to school like you, genius. I've been working since I was old enough to swing a shovel. You think I got time to study shiny rocks or read books? I look back down at the stone. An emerald. It's like, you've seen me reading the books, Anon. I don't read them for the words. I look at the funny pictures and laugh. An emerald, now that I'm really looking, that color, that weight, the sheer size of it, it's not perfect, sure. There's impurities, but even rough like this, this could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, millions maybe. My brain tries to crank a gear, it doesn't make sense. Who the hell just has something like this in their bag and sleeps on top, not knowing what it is? I should have just left it in the mine. I stare at her. You carried this halfway across the ocean, making me think it was a stupid rock. It is a stupid rock, just heavier. I don't even know what to say to that. Hey, do you like eggs? Max narrows her eyes at me. You already know the answer to that. Right, just hear me out. Sigh. This thing, this precious stone this size, could easily, and I mean easily, buy 10 chicken farms, maybe more. I'm not talking little backyard coops either. I mean real farms with barns, land, people who do the egg stuff for you while you sit around doing nothing but eating omelets and naming your chickens. She stares at me for a second, then squints. You bullshitting me? I'm dead serious. You expect me to believe this dumb rock I nearly broke my foot on is worth that much? The crown of the King of Draconia has emeralds just like this. I pause, holding her gaze. Only smaller, way smaller. She goes quiet, looks back at the stone, then back at me. I was gonna go throw it in the river. Max stares at me, eyes sharp, serious, way too serious. This is the best news I ever had in my entire life. You, me, bed now. Oh god, we're gonna wake up to the flashbang. Oh god. Oh god. Wait, what? But I don't even finish the sentence. She launches at me like a hawk. I barely get my arms up before she's on top of me, lips crashing into mine, tail wrapping around my leg, and all I can do is let it happen. Yeah. I think the chicken farms can wait. Oh god. Oh god, you're gonna wake up. You're gonna get flashbanged. It's gonna be the perfect place to leave this off. Oh lord. Just fucking scarred up. Oh. I don't like how Max actually looks like a dude in this though. You gotta bump up the feminization just a little bit more. If you could. That emerald is enough for 3 breads. Pain and pleasure. Yeah, let me save this one. Let this hang for a bit, and then we'll wrap it up. But like for real though, like Max looks like a dude in this. This is like the worst presenting Max. There's a difference between looking like a tomboy and just looking like a boy. Anon saw Jesus. So I don't know if there is a bed scene like this with Victoria. I don't think I got spoiled, but I'm kind of like half expecting it not to exist too. I don't know. But yeah. Crazy. I'll be for next round. Maybe we could shoot for Monday on this. Because tomorrow I got birthday plans again. But this time with my grandparents. And I don't know what's up in the air for Sunday. Just playing it by ear. I don't know if I want to do visual novel stuff on the weekend, you know? That's more like a leisurely day off, unless like something mind-blowingly drops on the board, or like say there's another Volcadera Ashfall demo. Like only emergencies, man. Somehow I knew she was a biter. Yeah, I mean, when you get called a gremlin and a goblin, you're probably going to be feisty like that, man. Victoria bed CG be like Iris, but Victoria be like dry soja. God. She's all spent. There's nothing left. She's a crater. But yeah. We'll wrap it up here. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming anything else tonight. And if I find time tomorrow, it'll probably be early, maybe. It'll probably be something stupid like Picross. Oh, got thunder already starting. Probably about time to wrap this up, too. Don't want the power going out. But yeah, it'll probably be some stupid kind of stream tomorrow morning, because I don't know if I'll have the energy to stream late tomorrow. We'll see. Otherwise, there's just Sunday. I'll see you guys later. The next stream, I suppose. So, have a good one.